Okay, folks. Today Reason released the ArpeggioLab player. I freshly downloaded it. This is the first look, and I had a quick look at the manual, but this is new to me too, so don't be so hard on me if something goes wrong now. If you are a Reason Plus subscriber, this is free for you, so please go to your Reason Companion app and select devices. There should be a download button here, which isn't for me because I already downloaded it. If this is not the case, so if ArpeggioLab doesn't show up, you need to restart Companion and restart Reason. It will show after a fresh restart. Okay, I've downloaded it. I've read some of the manual and I tried to give something back here. In ArpeggioLab we got these 4 different sections here for what we play. The anchor has 16 dots around which shows where the root key is played with blue dots. So if we go to pattern 0, nothing happens, and we got 63 other patterns going here. To be clear, the full blue dot is the root note and the half blue dot is essentially the root note pitched up an octave. Next to that we got the movement section, which is basically our arpeggio, and the modifier section, which lets us mute double, triple or even quad our notes, and the octave switch, which gives us plenty of options to pitch up or down our melody we created. Down here we also got a sequencer, which gives you a little visual representation of what you do. To start off, we leave everything out. We got on the left side here this hold and latch function. So if I just press a key, you see our loop is running. Obviously there are no MIDI notes in here because I deactivated everything else. But this is handy if you just want to try an arpeggio over some notes. You can clear this here, and you got different latch options. So first of all is latch all. Everything I press will be registered. And you see I pressed 4 notes, so 4 notes are now in our arpeggio as latched. We also got that chord function, which basically it stops latching as soon as I release the notes. And we got that toggle, which is basically a very cool feature. Now you can toggle on or off your notes. So if I press a C, we got 1 note registered. If I press a D, we got 2 notes registered, and so on and so forth. I played every note until an B. And if I declick these, so C, D, E, F, G, A, B, you get the point. You get to latch notes as long as you want and get to release them via playing. This is a very cool feature. For play mode, you could always leave this on sync to song. The next position is shuffle, so we can decide between off 50% up to 75% and global shuffle. This gives you a basic swing, but if you go use global shuffle, you could open up the regroove mixer. Now we got selected A2 as the global shuffle, and we could insert every shuffle or groove patch we want in here and use this to power the arpeggio's swing. Rate gives us plenty of options of the playback speed, and these steps are from 4 steps for just a basic arpeggio up to 64 steps to get longer sequences. Okay, let's play a little bit around with the anchor. Let's play a C major. So I've pressed C, E and G. We switch this to 32 steps, and now we play with our patterns. As you hear, as soon as the half dot occurs, there's this octave jump for the root note here. There are even patterns that start with the high note. Velocity changes the loudness of the key. We can increase or decrease the note length. And we can pick in which octave our played notes will be played. Let's incorporate the movement. And now I will play the same C major chord. Oh, I need to get the latch going. Okay, so the shape determines which arpeggio rhythm is played, and it's displayed in this little display here. We can choose the movement density, which basically stretches our arpeggio. So if I decrease it, it gets slower, but it's always the same notes, and if I increase it, the more notes get crammed into the rhythm. And as you see, they always jump to the correlating steps, so it doesn't get too messy with that. We also could rhythm shift, and this moves our whole rhythm back and forth. The note length is basically the same as in the blue section. The velocity is also the same. We got a fixed position, so we could either get a velocity offset range or we get a fixed velocity value. So for instance, if I say fixed is 100 in the blue anchor, I could say it's fixed 84 for the rest of our notes. We also got the option to pitch this down or up by octaves. 2 octaves up, 2 octaves down should be enough to get it right. And we also got a humanize option, which plays our movement section a little bit sloppier than a normal. So this could be a cool trick to get a little bit movement into your movement section without doing anything else. Next to that, we got the rhythm and the octave options here. Let's deactivate the octave now and focus on the rhythm section. We get now the option to mute or double, double or triple, triple or quad our notes. So if I play this loop now, and I will mute it here with the fader. If I have selected mute and raise the amount, you see that some notes are getting deleted because of repetition. We could also say mute or double, and it will now double our notes or mute our notes. The same goes for only double or triple, and even quad quad or triple. So this rhythm section on its own could be a great tool for hi-hats. Maybe I will make a video on that later. But as you see, we got that different section here in the drop-down menu where we get repeat or arpeggiate. This means if I play a chord, you see the quad notes here are all the same notes. If I select arpeggiate, they also arpeggiate as it would be with the normal notes. We could really go ham with this and make cool rhythm sections like this. So this is obviously crazy, but we could really use that for cool stuff and reason. The next section is the octave section, which alters the octave from +2 to -2 and all the different in-between states. And we could even select that only the movement section is affected by this. So if I deselect these both, also the anchor will be tripled or halved or pitched up and down. If I select these, only the movement part will be pitched around. We also got that new seed button. As you see, every time I hit new seed, the outcome will be different. So we could easily play around with this. On the right side here, we got these little water droplets. I don't know if you saw them. If not, here they are. And they correspond to the anchor and the movement. So you easily could see which note is, which section is being put out. And you also see it on the back here where we got... You also see it on the back here where we got CV and gate outs to trigger other instruments with. I think this is crazy. We also got an randomize button to give us instant ideas if we need to. To the randomizer button, there's something to say. The randomizer button only changes the sections that are activated. So if I hit randomize, you see only the anchor changes and the movement and the rhythm doesn't. If I activate the movement and click randomize, they also get randomized. And if I deactivate the anchor stays the same and everything else gets. So if you find a rhythm that's pretty cool, you could deactivate it to lock it, randomize all the other stuff, and reincorporate it. So this is pretty handy to know. On the backside, we have CV inputs for pattern, velocity, note length, octave, as well as shape, destiny, shift rhythm, velocity, note length, and octave for our movements. And also we got CV inputs for the rhythm amount and the octave amount. So we could, for instance, take ourselves pulsar dual LFO and put it in density. If we play something, we see our density shifts. So we could do pretty crazy stuff with that. I am very stoked to try it out for myself for real. And I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please leave a like and a comment down below. And please consider subscribing, because it helps me a lot. It doesn't hurt you. Okay guys, that was all for today. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.